Hello students. Now we will discuss about the character sketch of Tughlaq. The major character in the play Tughlaq by Girish Karnad is Muhammad bin Tughlaq, who is also known as Sultan, the emperor. His character is highly complex and enigmatic. Through the play, he holds all the power after the death of his father and elder brother by an accident, as he claims. However, many citizens think that the Tughlaq killed both of them for power, as his mother thinks. Tughlaq is aware of this but does not bother initially. He is an idealist and visionary. He put forward many new laws which his citizens find difficulty to accept. He makes rational decisions without thinking about the consequences. Tughlaq is a character who has made enmity with most other characters in the play. He receives negative criticism throughout the play. He implemented the following rules in his country. Hindus were exempted from paying tax of jizya. Hindus were given the right to complain against the king's civil servants for any impunity they suffer. The capital of India was shifted to Delhi from Daulatabad. Introduction of token currency. Girish Karnad's play Tughlaq explored the character of one of the most fascinating kings or occupied the throne in Delhi, namely Muhammad bin Tughlaq. He ruled for 26 years, a period of unparalleled cruelty and agonizing existence for his subjects. He is fascinating because though he was one of the most learned monarchs of Delhi and had great ideas and a grand vision, his reign was also an abject failure. He started his rule with great ideals of unified India, of Hindus and Muslims being equal in the eyes of the state. He abolished the um, generous tax jizya on the Hindus, and the Sultan is the first among equals. He understood the value of money as not deriving from its intrinsic worth, but from the premise behind it, and introduced copper coins. Yet in 20 years, his reign had degenerated into anarchy, and his kingdom had become a kitchen of death. Girish Karnad play explores why this happened in the play. Tughlaq emerges as a headstrong and idealistic ruler. He is vulnerable and constantly admits his mistake and allows himself to be punished publicly. He moves his capital to Daulatabad because it is a city dominated by the Hindus. This move will further the cause of togetherness and communal unity. Through the character, the idealism of Nehruvian era is commented upon guilty of practice. Tughlaq is often on the defensive when he is questioned of his crime. He uncompromisingly generosity and sense of social justice embraces all religious and treats them in an impartial fashion. The character is a device that represents a scathing critique of the nationalist notion of communal harmony and religious coexistence, the very idea that were valorized before independence but later turned to an anticlimax with the partition of India. The opening scenes reflect the idiosyncrasies and eccentricities of his character. He contemplates equating the value of copper coins with silver dinars. In order to establish himself as a worthy ruler, he exposes himself to public scorn and invites public condemnation. He hastens the process of his own nemesis through a series of badly contrived measures at projecting himself as a tolerant and efficient ruler. His irrational and erratic methods are severely criticized by his courtiers and citizens. He emerges as a shrewd contriver and a mercilessly ambitious ruler. He is responsible for the assassination of Sheikh Mohammed, his severest critic, who accuses him of parricide and of being un-Islamic. He stabs Shahabuddin when he tries to conspire against him. He is doomed because of his own follies and failures and becomes an insensitive murderer. The height of his insanity is reflected in the later episodes of the play. He later became a divided self and suffers from inner turmoil and contradictions. His ultimate isolation in a world turned aligned gives a tragic dimension to the play. Tughlaq might be perceived as an over-ambitious aligned emperor who aims to rebuild new cities and empires, subjecting the culture of people to colonial strain. Each scene represents the progressive degradation and dehumanization of Tughlaq, leading to his tragic downfalls. Thank you.